Good morning, everyone. It's the 5th of March, 2023. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe. Forward into battle will his armies go. Onward then, ye people, join our happy throng. Blend with your voices in the triumph song. Glory, laud, and honor unto Christ the King. Well, I'm looking forward to joining that heavenly armor in heaven. You know, so I've entitled this video, Onward, Christian Soldiers. At the sign of triumph, Satan's host doth flee. O then, Christian soldiers, on to victory. Hell's foundations quiver at the shout of praise. Brothers, lift your voice, loud your anthem raise. Like a mighty army moves the church of God. Brothers, we are treading where the saints have trod. We are not divided, all one body we, one in hope and doctrine, one in charity. Well, I hope you're having a good weekend so far this weekend. I'm going to read something from this Heart's Hymnals. How sore a plague is sin to those by whom 'tis felt. The Christian cries, unclean, unclean, even though released from guilt. O wretched, wretched man, what horrid scenes I view. I find, alas, do all I can that I can nothing do. When good I would perform, through fear or shame I stop. Corruption rises like a storm and blasts the promised crop. Of peace if I'm in quest, or love my thoughts engage, envy and anger in my breast that moment's rise and rage. Then for a humbled mind, to God I pour my prayer. I look into my heart and find that pride will still be there. How long, dear Lord, how long deliverance must I seek, and fight with foes so very strong, myself so very weak? I'll bear the unequal strife and wage the war within, since death that puts an end to life still puts an end to sin. Well, are you one of the onward Christian soldiers? Are you? Can you sing that song with me this morning? Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe. Forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Well, you know, there's certain people that send me emails, and I think they like to argue. I think they like contention and strife. I'm at a point in my life where I'm not going to argue about certain things. I'm not going to argue with you about the Godhead, or what we call the Godhead, or how the Godhead operates, or how they communicate. I'm not going to get into it because you know what? Neither one of us really know. Okay? And I'm not going to argue about dates as to when Christ is coming back either, because Christ said no man knows the day or the hour. I'm not going to argue about that. Now I will take a stand against preterism, okay? Because this is 2020, this is 2023, not 70 AD. But a lot of people like to argue. They get a kick out of being, they want to always have the last word. I have one guy, he just keeps emailing me saying that the Trinity is heresy and was brought about by the Roman Catholic Church. Whatever, okay? You made your point. You don't have to beat the horse to death, okay? Who's behind all this contention? Who's behind all this strife? I had one fella put up 16 videos, I think more than that, against me on social media. 16 videos. Wow. Have you ever had someone hate you with such a velocity as that? You know, and if you go to his YouTube channel, he's just full of vile. You ought to hear his vile, filthy mouth. It's terrible. Where's that coming from, is my question, to talk like that? Well, think on things above. Whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. Think on these things. You know, and then there's people that want to argue over denominations. I'm of Paul, I'm of Apollos, I'm of Cephas. You know. You know, I'm glad I'm not a member of a denomination. I've often said you change one word around and you get demonation instead of denomination. You know. They call them Christians first at Antioch. That's what my Bible says. So if somebody asks me, what denomination are you? I go, I'm a Christian. Okay, I'm a Christian. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not Roman Catholic. By the way, Roman Catholicism is not Christian. Okay? It's the furthest thing from Christianity. But whenever someone comes across like they know everything, they've got everything in a little package, look out. Look out. You know, and if someone starts bragging about how much they know, how much history they know, how well studied they are, how big of a library they have, how knowledgeable they are on Hebrew and Greek. I had one guy tell me one time, I asked him where he got his doctor's degree, and he goes, which one? Which one? You know, he said my degree in Greek or Hebrew. You know, I'm glad I don't have to be a Hebrew or Greek scholar to be a Christian. Can you imagine if that was a requirement? There's a guy on the YouTube that has, I don't know how many scriptures attacking the King James Version of the Bible, saying that it can't be, that the Hebrew and Greek translation cannot be properly translated in the English language. Is that limiting God or what? So he's saying that the King James Version of the Bible is improperly translated because it can't be proper. It's impossible for it to be properly translated in English. Give me a break. Poor little God. And this guy is always proclaiming God's sovereignty and everything. Wow. Well, that's kind of my thoughts this morning. I'm glad I have an authorized King James Version of the Bible. And yes, I believe it is inspired. I believe the translators were inspired. I believe it is infallible, inspired Word of God, that God preserved it down the last over plus 400 years. And if you're going to attack it, it lowers your credibility with me. You're not supposed to be putting doubts in Christians' minds. You're supposed to be building each other up in the faith. Anyway, that's my thoughts today. I hope you have a blessed life, a blessed day, and let us say with all sincerity that in Him we live and move and have our very being. God bless.